You are a yummy ham and tomato sandwich, and today we're going to be speaking about a lot of juicy things, friends. Have a look at this survey. This is from the top of 2021. It is Michael Chad Saylor. Would you rather mortgage your house to buy Bitcoin or sell Bitcoin to pay off the mortgage on your house? Which one? Buy Bitcoin, short US dollar, 85%. Sell Bitcoin, 15%. Okay, this is 51,900 votes. 85%, 15%. Wow. So I'm just giving you an idea of what it looks like at the top. Your friend Summer here. When did I post this, friends? At the literal, it's towards the bottom. Okay, this was like September, October 2022. That's when I posted this, all right? Just as like, it's a reminder of where this is ultimately going. Where it's going, friends. You see in our comment section, right? In our comment section, not you, of course, but there's around people lurking on Twitter. A lot of the negative Nancy's. The negative Nancy's, friends, they will eventually disappear when it goes up a lot. Okay? So you don't even hear about them anymore. But your brain is being blasted by 15,000 information pieces at once that you forget about them. You generally like, hey, what happened to that guy? It's very, very impossible. So you can't even be using him as a proper signal. But this is forever etched in history, and we're trying to prepare for that. Okay, that's what ultimately we're trying to do, trying to prepare for that big, big pump and the pendulum. Okay, remember your friends, some of your friends, like, oh, it's written right here. Okay, when did, friends? This is, by the way, 95% of altcoins peaked out here. It's been over 3 years, 3 months. They are still destroyed. Okay, 5 coins out of 500 have recovered. That's right. Floki, Solana, BNB, Injective, and Fetch. 5 coins pretty much out of 500. So 99% of them are still destroyed. That's your odds. So that all ended here. But look what happened, friends. Up here, what happened at the top, friends? What did I tell you? The bear market starts when you kill the final bear. See? The bear market starts when you kill the final bear. There's no more bears left. We've killed them all. Opposite to the bull market, right? When did the bull market start, friends? We killed that Martini Gimp in his Gimp Suit. If you're listening, once again, you got to unblock me. But the nickname's pretty good. It's a cute nickname, okay? And if you want to know what a Gimp Suit is, friends, it is the bondage suit right here. Guy in mask permanently. Oh, I didn't know that. That's what it stands for, friends. So Gimp stands for guy in mask permanently, not temporarily. Oh, man. Let me know, guys. Have you ever seen anybody doing it in public? I have once. I remember we're out with the boys, shopping center. I just remember, like, what's going on? What's going on? Like, they were into it. He had the chain stuff. He didn't have a mask on, but he had everything else. So it was funny. Oh, man, that was funny. And yeah, he was on a leash to a lady. So, so that's what happens, friends. At the bottom, we killed that Martini Gimp down here. We're like, oh, the bulls are gone. Okay, time to go up. So we're past that point now. Now we're going to move to the next point, where hopefully we get to see euphoria, actual euphoria. Remember, I've got my exotic top signals. They are exotic. I don't know if they're all going to hit. I don't know if any of them are going to hit. You have Jim Cramer's top. Being bullish, you have the US Congress self-ban on stocks. We've got 100 billion for a meme coin market cap plus. We have over 1 billion raised for an ICO idea. Just have check, right? Obviously, we've already ticked off Bitcoin ETF, Ethereum ETF, and Andrew Tate launching a coin. I'm like, oh, well, I thought you guys were going to happen at the very, very end. You guys happen at the start. That's why we make a whole list, friends. And you got to remember, the only way to make it is to believe. I know I say this all the time. Yeah, you're going to get through your head. The only way to make this is to believe. It is tech. It's 0 or 100. You don't go like, oh, let's go to 5 and stay there for 3 years and enough for you to take profit. Nope. It either pings 5 and goes to 0, or it pings 5 and goes to 100. You've seen it, right? There's not enough liquidity to support everything, right? But be careful, friends, because trading's for losers, okay? People don't understand trading. They think that when they're starting to make money trading, that the market in crypto is going to be nice for the next 3 years for them to keep making money. Nope. All the money gets sucked out, the volatility gets crushed, and then you realize you should just bought and held. Exit. 0 exit. To be transparent, I was up close to 500,000 2 months ago, and I blew it all. Pretty much zeroed it out. Never felt this physically sick watching my trades. Don't know how to move from here. So shout out to you, Mr. 0 exit liquidity. I'm praying for you, bro, that you can make it back, but you know, you're in that trader mindset. You are a trader, And, you know, his post has gone viral. And of course, it's being shared by a lot of the other Solana and TikTok generations style traders, because everybody thinks their path to riches, friends, is to buy 40 coins on day one and flip it for the next round of suckers. No, that's PvP. Because you are statistically aligning yourself with losers. You are a loser if you do that. You're playing a losing game. It's 5 people win in the cabal, 95 people lose. That's what ends up happening. So trading is for losers. It's a losing game, especially in crypto. And yeah, shout out to Mr. Mflow saying, oof, market tuition is crazy these days. Knowledge is priceless. I hold, but I'm depressed. Yeah, Mr. Burgle, so you hold, but think about your strategy. Your strategy is betting on the global liquidity index rising. Yeah? Your strategy is betting on the money printer activating. That's what you're betting on. Your strategy is betting on more people coming into crypto. Yeah? Trading, your strategy is, I hope the other guy screws up. That's what it is. It's literally, I hope the other guy screws up. And then you know that you are that other guy screwing up to someone who came before you, because they're all out in 24 hours. You don't get, see friends, to play in that game, it's a certain type of mindset person, and you need to be committed to the game. You need to be like a committed gambler. So friends, it's just like, it's like the difference between, okay, you want to open up a business and you want to offer products and services to people. Let's say you want to open up like a food store, you know, a restaurant, and maybe sell some products for food delivery stuff. Okay, that's one alternative business. Another alternative business is you want a 2% margin slot machine in like a little alleyway, and you just want to make money off like senior citizens punting on you all day. You're like, man, for me to make that amount of money, you need like a real degenerate gambler to keep showing up into that alleyway and to just keep playing the slot machine. That's what these traders are doing. And it's like 15 degenerates, and they're like, oh, I'm not as degenerate as that guy. I'm actually going to beat him. That's just like not enough new degens are joining. But if you open up a food store, like, hey, everybody likes to eat. Okay, so you got to think that's abundance mindset. Hey, I'm thinking about opening value, right? Not this little closed value. Now, friends, I thought about this to myself. I don't know why I had this like sick, twisted, deep state thinking. All right, this is Jay Powell. All right. Now, the odds of a FOMC rate cut, friends, are happening, by the way, in literally like a day. Right, they're happening very soon. 95% chance of a hold, 5% chance of a cut. Pretty much 95.5. Right. And I just thought to myself, not even thought. I'm just going to give you real stats. Right. In the past 100 years, if the stock market, if the S&P 500, if it goes up in the 90 days leading into the election, there is a 90% chance that whoever's in power keeps power. All right? You think about that. So basically, if you can make the stock market rise into the election, 90% chance you win. That's based off history. You get re-elected. That's wild. Wild numbers, man. Of course they know that. Wink, wink, wink. Of course I know that. Okay, let's play some nice, gentle, cranky G music. Crank it, cheap, friends. Crank it. That's why I thought, man, deep state. Donald Trump literally said he's going to fire Jay Powell when he gets in. He's just going to fire him. Drop the rates low. Oh man, that'll be funny if he does that. But I'm thinking, well, what if Jay Powell? He's like, well, we're only going to do one rate cut in September, and then November, and then December. All right. Why don't we bring the rate cuts forward by just one season? That's it, by one FOMC. So this July one's meant to be a hold, and September's meant to be the rate cut. What if he cuts now and then cuts again September and does that, right? Now, you know, oh, wow, isn't that signaling the top and ushering of doom? Yeah. So I don't know how 4D chess are we going to go? Because they know if we cut, it's actually the end or it's not. A lot of things to think about. But I wouldn't put it past the fans. I mean, like, they fired the bullet at Donald Trump's head. But just, see, a lot of these things, friends, it's so hard to predict, man, coming up. It really is so hard to predict. But we do have our shining North Star. That is the Russell 2000, friends. This is Russell is on a daily chart. I know it looks so gappy and crappy, man. I like the weekly charts, but it just doesn't move as much, you know? So that daily chart, we want to see just Mr. Russell go, wee! Mr. Russell can do that and just usher in the friendship. We know that the next leg of the crypto move is coming. And now, friends, I want to speak to you about Pump.Fun. Very interesting, right? You're probably wondering, like, what's actually going on in crypto, man? What's the tech? What tech are they building? Well, man, yeah, they're building a lot of things. You know, I heard from, shout out to Mr. Novogratz, Mikey Novogratz, probably a friend of the channel. He's all right. Mr. Mikey Navigrats, he mentions like with gold, right? He repeats the your friend Tommy meme talking point where gold utility is only 10% of its market cap. 90% is just speculation on the utility. You know that. So it's actually the same with Ethereum. Ethereum, 10% is I got to hold it for gas. 90% is the speculation part. And what he says is, well, Bitcoin, it's all speculation, right? There's no utility. It's just meant to be store of value. But what he said is like the utility, it's just the narrative juice. Right? He says that the utility is just, it's a story for the other 90% to basically tell each other. And that's actually interesting because it's exactly what I say. Okay, you're speculating. What's speculating, friends? You're telling yourself a story in your head that this thing is going to go higher because everyone's in the world is going to want this, right? That's what it comes down to, man. Now, I'm going to show you some tech stuff in crypto off Pump.Fun and their stats because they've been killing it. But just have a think about that. It's interesting to think about. Right? So think about meme coins, right? They have, this is interesting, right? So meme coins have no utility, apparently no new tech, and then 100% speculation. That's literally Bitcoin. Makes you think, though, what's the best performing crypto asset? It's Bitcoin. Interesting. But let's be honest, right? Bitcoin's network effect is obviously like a forward-moving machine, and Bitcoin rallies in bear markets. Yes. Doesn't take 3 years to reclaim the highs like everything else, yeah? Or actually show life again, like the altcoin. So Bitcoin's able to move in again. So that's why meme coins, it's when you think about it, meme coins, they are altcoins more weighted toward the Bitcoin approach. Whereas all the other like DeFi altcoins, all the VC tech where they have all the coins, they are more weighted to Ethereum and their philosophy. Well, what's gone up the most this year? Obviously meme coins. So everything dropped 80% pretty much from their top, but meme coins went up 14x first, then dropped 80%. Everything else just goes up 2x and then drops 80%. Okay, so fascinating. Fascinating. The meme coins, they're like, hey, you know, got to say that again, right? We have the Bitcoin approach. Hey, pure speculation. Okay, and it is pure store of value, bro. Everyone just says the network because it is a network. All right, sweet. You have that Lindy effect. You've survived long enough. Okay, you have the Bitcoin approach, you have the Ethereum approach. The Ethereum approach has some utility in it, and the rest is speculation. Okay, and then the meme coins have wedged themselves, and they go, hey, let's go to the Bitcoin part. All right. What a risk, man. What a risk. Imagine trying to present that to funds and stuff. They'll never buy into that. No way. Because they need something to fall on. Because that's a mid-curve approach, man. It's a mid-curve approach. So let's talk about Pump.Fun, friends. Pump.Fun, its revenue is skyrocketing. So what is Pump.Fun? It lets anybody make a shit coin. Anybody can make a coin, attach an image, and it launches on a bonding curve. And everybody, they're doing 100,000 coins per week. Everyone makes a coin for whatever reason. And who's the winner of these? Obviously, it's Pump.Fun, which you and I can't participate in. Look at that. Fees and revenue. Daily fees and revenue. Look at their cumulative, friends. They've made up to $80 million, around $70, $80 million in revenue right now for the team. They've actually made it for themselves. Obviously, they give nothing back. Maybe there's going to be a coin somewhere. Who knows? But there's so many copies. Like, what's your edge in Pump.Fun? You have no edge because if you're helping everybody make a shitcoin, you've commoditized it, then everybody else copies. Like there's Moonshot or whatever on Dex Screener. There's even one, I think, on PulseChain. I think they have, I forgot what it's called, maybe hodl.fun. Then they can change the parameters, friends, as well with these. They're like, oh, if you get in, you can't sell for like 3 months or whatever. So they're going to try to play with the parameters. It's something to think about like that. And everyone's going to like just probably tweak like, oh, okay, can we force everybody to hold for 6 months? How long would they be committed for? What you end up finding is there is no magic. Like this is like Richard Heart HEX type of game theory stuff. There is no perfect amount of time, okay, to hold stuff. It's either in season or out of season. That's what it comes down to. We're all correlated, okay. Bitcoin, money printer goes up. Turns on. All right, everybody's in the mood to do something now. But there is no tweaking of game theory to go, let's make people have a 10% tax and hold 6 months and do these like tokenomic stuff. That doesn't solve for demand. It doesn't. It doesn't do anything. All it does is kind of like add something to a story to tell some people about, to dress them up. Oh, this is different. It makes you hold. You can't sell. Oh, so if you're curious as well, why would people want to implement a holding period? It's so if you get in, you're with a guaranteed community in your mind, and you're like, okay, we're all forced to hold for, say, 3 months. We can't sell the coin. So we all have to shill as much as we can. It's buy only for the first 3 months. And then they see how far it goes. So, but like I said, there is no perfect amount of timing with the tokenomics. It just comes down with the season. That's it. Up season or down season, right? So they made $80 million of fees. Every week there's 100,000 Solana shitcoins. Everyone is playing in PvP mode and focusing on buying a new coin when they should be focusing on increasing the network size. Yes, this is the whole point of my video for to tell you, friends. Pump.fun is you're frying everyone's brains, and that's okay if you are the dealer, the heroin dealer, like the team behind it who's just collecting all the revenue. Sweet, they just made $80 million of people degenning, gambling between themselves. All these other senior citizen junkies in the alleyway just switching between themselves. Now, of course, friends, there are a few successful ones, but okay, how many? 4? How many are you launching? 130,000 a week? Case in point. Okay. Wow. 4 successful coins. You only have to go through 1.8 million losses. Now, remember, community is the asset, not the code. Your friend Tommy here wearing a Bulbasaur hat has been telling you this since day one. Almost 2 years. Actually, it has been 2 years since I've been telling it to you now. 2 years. 24 months I've been telling you literally almost daily. The community is the asset, not the code. The community is the asset. The group of people is the asset. That is something you can't copy-paste. You can't copy-paste their attention. You can't. You can dilute it. You can't copy-paste it. You can't just go, hey, let's go replicate. You can't. You have to put in new energy and orchestrate new things and entertainment, whatever it is, new value. People have to have value, feel like a sense of belonging, okay? That's why memes are powerful, because you feel like a sense of belonging from something in your head that's been around for like 25, 30 years. Like Princess Peach on PulseChain. Okay, Super Mario, Princess Peach, everyone knows. Okay? Donald Trump memes, very, very old, 2005. The more it goes back to the back of your mind, the older the things are that are sticky, the higher the chance they are of succeeding. Right? Doesn't mean they will succeed, just means higher odds. But you still have to execute it right as well. So, put another way, right? People, I mean, Pump.fun and all these other new coins, they're buying a coin and there's like 100 people in. They want to be the first 100 people. But they want to exit when there's 1,000 people. All right? So, they're buying at 100 people. They want to exit at there's 1,000 people. Now, when you buy when there's 100 people, maybe you can only put in like 20 bucks. And you exit at 1,000 people. Okay, you get $2,000. $2,000. But you can't put in more than 20 bucks or $50 or $100. You can't. You can't actually take big conviction on a lot of these things. So that's low-level pleb, Solana, TikTok generation stuff, switching back and forth, paying basically the Pump.fun people that take the fee, or any of the other like Pump.fun clones. The real value, though, is made in the longer time frame. That's the real value, because you go from 100 people, then it comes 1,000. You're trying to get it to 100,000. Okay? Because if you go from 1,000 people to 100,000 friends, that is how much is 100x? 100 times 100 is 10,000x. You see? 100 times 100 is 10,000x. Also, if you're curious, right, HEX, friends, HEX had, if you do the numbers, HEX started with about 5,000 people, okay? It started with 5,000 people, and I think it got to, at the top, 150,000. I think it got that. So if you do, so how much did its user base grow? It grew by 30 times. So if you do 30 using Metcalfe's law, how much value should have gone up? 30 times 30 is 900x. Interestingly enough, right, if you go back and check the HEX price chart from day one, which I'm going to do right now. This is HEX price chart, right? So you get the starting point, okay? How much did it actually go up? Wow, that is about a 2000x. Interesting. Interesting. You're like, whoa. So, see, remember, it's description of the people in there. And there is a euphoria amount. So just because you go, oh, I estimated we should have done like a 100x for a coin. Yeah, sometimes they'll in that final euphoria, they'll pop up like, 2, 3, or 400x. Or sometimes, like in Cardano's situation, they only barely, they hit the value and they dropped with it. So I remember that was Corridanzo's example. It's example to always remember. There was no euphoria burst given to you. But you look back, you're like, where did the euphoria burst for HEX come from? How come HEX went actually calculated by Metcalfe's law? I remember to post on this like a year and a half ago, friends. If I remember, HEX based off Metcalfe's law, I think it was worth 5 to about 8 cents around here, okay? And then this next part, it was like huge. I think it was like maybe it did like an extra, I don't know what it was, like a 5 or a 10x burst. And then I attributed that to 1, Richard buying, smacking it up, and 2, the PulseChain and PulseX sacrifice. So all of that mania, I guess, that's what accelerated that thing at the end. It's interesting though, isn't it? It works on everything, right? It works on everything, but it's a description. It's a description of how they move. So the edge is not knowing that this formula. No. The edge is when HEX has 5,000 people and you are thinking, okay, we have 5,000 people. We're going to grow to 100,000 one day. That's what it is. That's 20x. You get a 400x off that. So 20 times 20 is 4. So PulseChain right now has 200,000 people. We're hoping, okay, one day we're going to have 1 million holders. 200,000 into 1 million, that's 5. And 5 times 5 is 25x, 25x, 25x. That's what you're playing for. Okay. ChainLink has, I think, like 700,000 holders. So we're playing that, okay, maybe ChainLink can get to, maybe 4 times those holders. So 2.8 million. So you do 4 times 4 is 16x, 16. So if you do 16x on ChainLink's price, you have $220 ChainLink. You see, that's what we're playing for. But the edge is not knowing that formula, friends. The edge is guessing. It's doing the Warren Buffett thing. You're guessing the amount of people coming in the future. Like, can I see more people using it or not? That's Warren Buffett stuff. So you get the point, right? The edge is not like, hey, let's buy these 5-person network coins and sell them when there's 30 people in there. That's pumping and dumping. That's grifting. That's grifting. That's short-term dopamine chasing. Then that's literally that's abusive drug taking, dopamine frying stuff. That's sugar hit all the time. Yeah, like you're just munching all day. Okay, you fry yourself, and in financially, you will bleed yourself out to the fees and the slippage and the chaotic randomness. That's what ends up happening. The real value is the home run winner. What's a home run winner? It's growing the family. It's getting the network effect bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Now, of course, that's why like Richard Heart back in 2021, he's like, okay, one coin, one purpose, one everything. That's the best. It was the best. But now, to our shock, we're like, wait a minute. People don't want one thing. They want to buy a lot of things in many different periods of time. They want to switch and everything. They actually want to do a lot of these things. And other people, they're not responding to all this stuff. There's so many stuff out here. See? Unless crypto finds a way to bring all these new people in. But people keep coming for new things. See? Friends, think about it though. Think about for items in the real world like cars. Imagine someone said, hey, the year is now 2024. We will never need another car again. We're going to have one shape, one car. It takes you from place A to B. It has an air conditioner. It's got a spare tire in the boot. You're never going to need another car. How do you think that's going to work out for that company? I already tell you right now, you already know this, by the way. Any company says, we've got the greatest car ever. Okay, if you haven't made a new car in 4 years, people will probably just go see, like, hey, what's the new Corolla like? Wow, it's new. 2028, it's hot. Look at that hot Corolla. It's new and fresh and shiny. You know they would. Just because it's new. You got to keep up with the Joneses. It's all our decision making on all these going on in real time. It's the marketplace. So there you go, friends. Remember, the real edge, even though you're seeing pump.fun revenue go up, daily revenue is still increasing. Yeah, where's the real edge? The real edge is making a community. It's making a community. Punching out memes. Pumping out memes. Okay? Sharing, creating, people joining the Telegram, keeping active, not abandonment. Okay? The biggest sin in crypto, friends, is abandonment. That's the biggest sin. Because you say, hey, my megaphone, I will now turn the megaphone off. I will place it on the floor and I'm now leaving the party. No more megaphone, okay? No more voice. That's like no one's allowed to speak anymore in a village. Imagine that. Think about it. You could kill a country like that. Hey, no one's allowed to speak anymore. Not allowed to open your mouth. All right. Okay. No more trading. How are you going to trade? How are you going to communicate? Okay, so that's that. Now you're starting to flesh these things out. Shout out to everybody out there who can get success in this pump.fun stuff. Yeah, man, but you know what it comes down to, events. You can get one popular thing today. There's a new meme tomorrow. It becomes tough. That's why these core coins and these core beliefs, you know, like PulseChain, real DeFi, no VCs, allocations and stuff. These carry weight over time. Okay, but yeah, your reward is lower than the higher risk stuff, but at least it's something to carry you forward, and you're deep value contrarian, and you're in a better position than these other people who are just jeeting around 15 coins a day. Okay, make sure you like, subscribe, bell button, all. Catch you in the next one.